Today's question is, why does the story of the man who survived his own execution still live rent-free in our minds? This is a viewer's question. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. Well, the saying goes, but today we're going to try and put a value on an entire video. So strap in, kids, because we're about to get real creepy. When someone sends you a video that has the title, "Man Survives His Own Beheading," you don't need to read the rest of the title or even watch the video. The thumbnail is enough. You already know what you're gonna see, and even though you didn't ask for it, your morbid curiosity has already won out over your better judgment. You click and you watch. That's why this works. We are morbidly curious creatures. We love a good story of survival. We love a good story of revenge. And when you put those two together, then sprinkle on top the horror of imminent death, you've got yourself a viral video. Now, here's the connection. When you think of someone being executed, what comes to mind? Capital punishment, gruesome, painful, horrific, justice, closure, release. What doesn't come to mind? Survival. But these people did survive. Henry VIII had 6 wives, and all but one of them survived his reign. They all had reason to fear the executioner's block. They all knew they might be next, and yet none of them died at the executioner's block. Why? Because Henry couldn't do it himself. He was too scared to do it himself. It's easy to be cruel from afar. It's easy to watch as someone else wields the axe while you stand safely behind a crowd of onlookers. But when it comes time to actually swing the axe, when it comes time to take someone's life, Henry would chicken out every single time. This morbid fascination with the idea of execution is not a new phenomenon. We love to watch violent movies, violent TV shows. We love to read crime novels, true crime stories. We love watching documentaries about serial killers. Let's be honest, we all have a little bit of darkness inside of us. Henry's wives knew this. They knew that their husband couldn't hurt a fly, let alone hurt them, even though he wanted to at times. And so they played upon this darkness, reveling in their own grotesque fascination with their impending doom. They made jokes about it. They made light of it. They talked about how they could use the executioner's axe to take Henry's head off. When Anne Boleyn was executed, she joked around with the executioner as well. She said, "Beware my hand, it may cost you your head." And he replied, "I do not fear your hand, for if you had a crown on, I would not have cut it off." These are the last words that Anne Boleyn and many others are reported to have spoken before their executions, and we can only imagine what she was thinking as she stepped up to that block. How could Henry, the man who wrote her such passionate love letters, the man who once called her his own sweet Anne and said he would wear his heart upon his sleeve for her, how could he order her execution? The popularity of these stories today, the reason they live rent-free in our minds, is because they offer us a glimpse into that darkness. They offer us a chance to explore our own morbid curiosity, which is why we are fascinated by these stories. But the real reason we are fascinated by these stories is because they remind us that no matter how powerful you are, how rich you are, how important you are, death is always waiting in the wings. Death is always ready to snatch you away from this world, whether you're ready or not. It wasn't just Anne Boleyn who survived her own execution, nor was it just her and Henry VIII's wives. It was anyone who came close to death's doorstep and lived to tell the tale. And with that, we're going to bring this episode to a close. If you like what we do, then we do invite you to check out our other content. There's a link down below. And until next time, everyone, stay safe, stay spooky.